Hello everyone and welcome back to Steam Gaming News. Today for the 13th November 2017. My name is Kralizec and I will be your host for this evening. Well, to be honest, we don't have a lot of news today. It's only 2 pieces, so this should be rather quick. Though both of the news pieces are pretty interesting, and let's start with the bit more optimistic one. We're going to start with the fact that it's more than 6,000 games have been released on Steam this year. And seriously, that's just an insane number. So, this has been made by an analyst called Daniel Ahmad, who works for Nico Partners. And Ahmad points out, this is almost equal to the total number of games released on Steam between 2005 and 2015. So, that's just insane. And you need to remember, this isn't even the end of the year. There's still more than a month left. So I'm going to guess there's going to be about maybe 6,500, maybe even close to 7,000 games released on Steam this year. Let's actually take a look at a chart. So here you can see the chart. In 2006 it was nothing and slowly growing. And then in 2000 and I would say between 13 and 14 just skyrocketed. It's essentially just go exponential, and it's ridiculous. I wonder what the numbers will be next year. So if we would estimate the growth like this, so then next year we should be at around 8,000 games. I'm going to guess the number is actually going to stick at around 7,000. Maybe it will still be growing. It really depends on how many stupid silly little games we're going to see. But there will probably be a point where it stabilizes, I'm going to guess. And this also, the flood of new releases is also very good for Valve. And it helps because now you can just pay a $100 fee to get on Steam through Steam Direct, because otherwise you had to go through Greenlight. And it was much harder to get there. But compared to the years before where Valve just decided who gets on and who doesn't, Greenlight was still an easy path. But when you take into consideration that now we have actually Steam Direct, yeah, I'm going to guess that next year the amount of games that will be released will be insane. You know, I'm going to take back my previous statement of 7,000 games. I'm going to go and predict straight up bad 10,000 games next year. That's what we're going to see on Steam. And it's good. It means more choice for us as consumers. It probably means we're going to get better games, cheaper games, hopefully not crappier games, but we're going to get more crappier games, that's for sure. But we should also get more good games, because you know the law of big numbers. The more numbers you get, the higher chance of something occurring. So yeah, they're like, out of the 10,000 games I'm predicting for next year, 9,000 of them will be crappy. But that still means we get 1,000 good games. And if we take back a look at the data, that means essentially we will get amount of good games that was the total amount of games released in 2013. That's just 4 years back. Man, gaming is getting insane, and this will only help it even further. And then we have our second news for today. This one is about Star Wars Battlefront and EA responding to the community and its criticism about the unlock systems. So as you know, Star Wars Battlefront 2 has quite a lot of problems with its chest system, where actually people have now been able to create estimates of how much time it will take you to unlock characters. So one user calculated that if you would want to earn a pretty big name character that costs about 60,000 of the in-game credits, where the cheapest one costs about 20,000, so you can easily calculate how long it would take for them. But the 60,000 credit characters will take you 40 hours of game time. And yeah, that's a purely ridiculous number. Like, it shouldn't take you 40 hours to unlock a character. Even 4 hours would be insane. Because even for the cheapest characters, this means at least 13 hours of gameplay. And yeah, it should never take you 13 hours to unlock one character. And that's not including if you buy anything else for the credits. If you want to buy chests, boosters, or anything, it's just too much. Why does it cost so much? No. There was also... EA actually responded to these comments. And this is what EA responded to the claims that it takes this long. That they said they are looking at the results daily for the time taken to earn credits, and they will be continuing to tune this to ensure the player feel a meaningful sense of reward. And who the heck will feel a meaningful sense of reward if it will take you a week of grinding? Because that's pretty much how you get 40 hours of gameplay, at least a week, probably more for casual players, to unlock a character you want to play. And I'm going to guess, this was Luke Skywalker. Many people will certainly want to play him. But let's say Darth Vader. I'm going to guess he cost as much. I still haven't gotten to playing that. Yeah. And you have to remember, this game cost $80. That's not a cheap game. Like, and if you want to get him early, obviously you can just pay more money. That's the thing. So this is exactly why yesterday when we had a podcast and we were going through like what games to take a look on, what games to recommend, and Tygergamer was talking about, yeah, I'm going to just say Battlefront 2. I was like, no, I cannot do that with my clean conscience. So there's even a detailed spreadsheet. You can pretty much easily find it on Reddit, and just where you can find everything. How long it will take you to unlock loot crates. How long it will take you to unlock characters and everything. And you can see it is very, very stupid. So another thing EA has said in this article is that we selected initial values based upon data from open beta and other adjustments made to milestone rewards before launch. Among other things, we're looking at average per player credit earn rates on a daily basis, and we'll be making constant adjustments to ensure that players have challenges that are compelling, rewarding, and of course attainable via gameplay. So this was probably their mistake. People who go and play open betas, and I mean really play them, not just like open the game, play them for 20 minutes and leave forever, but the people who actually play them spend absurd amount of times in them. Mostly because they're quite often streaming them and they're making some money off it. And because they want to be the ones that get the most views, they have to be streaming all the time. That means the amount of credits they are getting is ridiculously high compared to your average Joe who will come in, play a game, maybe 2 a day, and that's it for the day. So if your power user earns 10,000 credits per day because he has been playing 8 hours a day, because he's also making a living off it, and your normal user gets, I don't know, 2,000 credits per day because he plays the 2 matches, and you have to wait 30 days to get your character of desire, and you don't spend your credits on anything else, that's just not good. So there was also the different thread was saying that, yeah, he was angry that he paid $80 for the game where the characters that are so iconic to the franchise are locked behind a progression system. And EA responded to said that their intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. Nobody feels pride for unlocking characters in a game unless they're tied into some hard thing to do. Grinding is not hard. Grinding is time consuming. Those are 2 very different things, EA. You need to keep that in mind. If it was like a special skin for Darth Vader, I don't know, like RGB Darth Vader, I know I'm saying stupid shit, and it would be tied into kill 15 enemies by shooting them into the eyes, and it would literally just be if you kill them into the eyes and you have to do it within like 5 minutes inside one single match and not die during that time, then yes, that's fine. That's actually fine, because that is a test of skill. But to be prideful for the fact that you grinded or that you paid, that's not pride, and it's not an accomplishment. It's just, yeah, either I took out my credit card and said, here, EA, you soul-sucking demons, take my money. Or you were like, hey, EA, you soul-sucking demons, take half of my life, because it's the only way I can get the character I want to play in a game I paid already $80 for. Seriously, EA, think again. This is why everybody thinks you're the gaming devil. And I really don't know what more to say. Just, this is exactly the reason I didn't recommend Battlefront 2. Just, no. If you can avoid it, don't buy it right now. If you don't want to support this kind of behavior, even though you might love Star Wars, even though the gameplay might be good, even though you want to play the campaign, just don't buy this. You know what? Here, if you want to play this just for the single player, pirate it. That's how far I'm going to say. I'm not for piracy in most cases, but this is a place where if you want to play the game, go do it. Pirate it, because the game might be good, the story might be decent, but EA doesn't deserve our money here. Literally. Just don't buy the game. If you want to play it, pirate it. And with that being said, I'm going to bring the video to an end. Hope you guys enjoyed it, even though there wasn't that much to talk about. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to our channel. If you're watching this on Steam, be sure to like and upvote the post, and be sure to follow our blog. And that's going to be it for today, so see you guys later with more gaming content.